of a dying star, rays glimmering, flares flash and glare from afar. The tiniest flicker on the edge of the sky, supernovas collapse in the blink of an eye. The many will call on the deeds of the few. We will see this burden through. But if we find our way back home again, is there something left to say? What if we find ourselves alone again? Is there something left to say? This trust will not be torn apart. Control the violence in your hearts. We gave our lives to Normandy. We've been breaking ground. We fought for the weak and the lost. They won't break us down. We hold the line, whatever the cost. The heart of the universe is blackened and cursed. Our history's a blister that's about to be burst. There's so little hope on this path we pursue, but we will see this burden through. But if we find our way back home again, is there something left to say? What if we find ourselves alone again? Is there something left to say? This trust will not be torn apart. Control the violence in
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between Infernal Affairs and Dream Beam. We have a couple of bans to talk about real quick. We need to go ahead and have Infernal Affairs banning out Battlefield of Eternity and Sky Temple. We do go ahead and also have basically the maps at the bottom of the alphabet being banned out, with Towers of Doom and Volskaya being removed by Dream Beam. And Dream Beam is going to the clear other side of the alphabet and getting us to Alterac. Love to see it. Welcome. Here we are in the draft. Super happy, super glad, not sad, complete opposite of sad, to hear about your truck developments. Captain Brockus, you're a hero. You're gonna have Asmodean be the first one banned out. Alterac is a 3-lane map, and you don't normally necessarily have a double soaker. So Asmodean, very good on the push, is actually able to clear a lane that he's not standing in, which is ridiculous. You're gonna have Brightwing being banned out in second place by Dream Beam, the global healer, not going to be around. Really? The screen I use a lot? Like every match we use this screen. We do go to have Johanna being banned in the 3rd place. Oh, you're probably talking about the map screen. Yeah, because that only comes up once a cast. We do go ahead and have Stukov. So a bit of a healer choke coming out of the side of Dream Beam. They want to go and get that win. And Stro going to, interesting. We've got Infernal Affairs, and their first hero pick is an ice hero. That feels very not correct. That feels very confusinating.
For the alliance above all.
Man, why is it so loud? Is it loud to you guys as well? Anduin is going to be the pick, as well as Vala. Vala, very good on the clear, very good on the hunt down. A lot of damage, but she's made of paper. So she may actually have a little bit of danger, depending on how aggressive a comp comes out of Infernal Affairs. We do go and have Jabba coming out with Cassia, the Lightning Lady, and then Dahaka, the Evolution Master. Which is funny because he's a dinosaur, and the dinosaur went extinct due to evolution a long time ago. Whoops, Blizzard. I don't know, Malby Brockus was here before you, so sounds about like shut up. Kel'Thuzad is being removed. They don't yet have a healer, so I'm a bit surprised they did not continue the healer choke when their opponents hadn't taken a healer yet. But no, they decided the Kel'Thuzad is what they're really afraid of. There is no tank or offlane on the side of Dream Beam, so I would expect, yep, we do have tank, Blaze, who is both a tank and an offlaner, so going ahead and getting both of them taken care of. Nice versatile band there. Confugen. We should go ahead and have, still need that tank and that offlaner. We will have, oh, ETC is a tank, interesting. The Mosh Master. Gonna go ahead and make everyone do a happy dance. For a split second, I thought that was Gul'dan twice. I was so like, wait, yeah, this isn't allowed, what the hell? And then we have a Rhaegar coming out of Ragu. So, Rhaegar healer with Gul'dan and Cassia follow-up. Not the most aggressive team, Anduin or Vala should be okay if she can keep her distance. We do have Tassar walls in order to keep people out. Neither team really has a poke advantage. ETC going to be a little bit better at getting into there, because that's the thing, they don't have a lot of interrupts. Horrify can interrupt. Cassia doesn't really have a great interrupt for Mosh. Dahaka can't really get close enough to Tongue, most likely. May can definitely freeze it, or snowball it, or ice wall it. Oh, well, thank you very much, Lich Queen. I appreciate you. We don't have sublords on the screen, but you know what? I still appreciate you, because you're still awesome. Lich Queen is playing. She is playing the Dahaka. We'll say her name in just a second. But for now, let me get in here and let me get that lovely, wonderful betting up, because I know how much you guys love it.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light.
Here.
4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead.
All right, coming into game number 1. First of all, before we even start this game, can we just talk for a second about the idea of this game, what this game represents? First of all, let me go ahead and get this stuff off because you don't want to see it. So what we really have in this game is we've got a battle between the denizens of hell, Infernal Affairs, which always gives me like the mental image of like demonic tax collectors. Meanwhile, the Care Bear Dream Beam Squad going ahead and shooting like rays of hope and light and friendship across the battlefield. But in the actual match, we do go and have Lich Queen representing Dahaka. We do go and have the bottom lane forming up with Ragu on the Rhaegar. Hexblades is playing the Gul'dan. We will have Stro playing that Mei, and then the Jabasanda is going to be on the Cassia. They are Infernal Affairs. They are the team in blue. They are the Association of Anarchists. But meanwhile, opposing them, coming from the orange side, we do go and have, okay, they're moving way too much, I can't read this. We do have Restra Joe on the Vala, Skeeve playing the Varian, Quinal is on the Anduin, we have Tessar on Shugodin, and Ronan is playing the ETC. They are the team in orange, they are the right-handers, they are the Democracy of Decimation. Oh, and a nice save on the Tassar. Yes, Tassar actually gets out. Freaking Quinal doing an amazing job going ahead and getting the Mecha Tassar out of there. Go ahead and get back to the repair bay at the Hall of Storms. Go and get yourself nicely sealed up. And there's Tassar very, very quickly moving up. Goes ahead and transforms into airplane mode to go ahead and fly out. I love this skin so much. This queen goes ahead and moves back, says, I don't want any part of the damage that you're pushing out. We do go ahead and have Thunderstruck on cast that level 1. Going to slowly increase her damage over the course of the match. Tissue regeneration, so the bit of the more tanky Dahaka. Not going to be super, super fast in rotations, but going to be harder to kill whenever they do get into a fight. And then the Chaotic Energy, the sucky build coming out of Gul'dan. On the other side, we do go to Freedom the Hunter, the Gambit build on the Vala. She does get 25% bonus attack speed, but that will fall every time she dies. So she needs to be super, super careful not to die and give that up. We're going to get Lion's Maw coming out of the Varian. And then Static Charge coming from that Tassadar. Only up to 1 stack out of 40, though. While it does go back for some much needed health, but a lot of damage going in, a big push coming from the side of Infernal Affairs. This is one thing I've always noticed about these teams, or this team, but I've also seen other teams do it, is that they don't wait for the objective to let them push, they just wait for their opponents to be slightly out of position, and then they just go bop, 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 bop. However, because there was a 4-man down here pushing, they actually did not get experience from the middle lane. They had they had Lich Queen up top, but no one was middle, so they are behind about half a level. Transformers, more than Tassadar. Oh, you let Russell get hit? Come on, Quinal! And then there's Jabba. They are in position. Oh, this Cassie is not going to let that happen. Valhalla. Yeah, that's always the problem. You're going to have to kill some of them. You're never going to get a channel through. Here comes Ronan moving down. The tank is on the scene. Gonna go ahead and look to charge through people. Oh, but Lich Queen gets a big old tongue on, and there is first blood of the game as the ETC gets made into steak burgers for the enjoyment of Infernal Affairs. Skev is moving back, but Stro is hot on the assault. It's the battle of the 4-name S starting members of each team. Was Macros actually on TV? Like, I didn't think anime really got started until well after Macros was over. At least not in the States. Obviously, it was a thing over in Japan. But as far as I know, you're not Japanese. We do have Resto Joe taking a bunch of damage. A little bit of a Skev looking in there. I'm going to go and try and Ragu does go down. There's a counter kill, but we do go ahead and have the Alliance Ram Rider starting to mount up. They have been saved and a lot of damage. Lich Queen is going to go down. Mei is in a lot of trouble. Just big old wall of orange bodies saying you're not going anywhere. I wish I knew Mei's last name. I would be like Miss Frosty Butt. But I don't know Mei's last name. With that being said, we do go ahead and have Slugget and Joe down here. It does look like Cassie is coming down in order to keep him company, riding her amazing Snowflake. Oh, and there's Lich Queen. Lich Queen comes out. Lich Queen looking for this kill, but Cassia turned around. Oh, Cassia, you had too much faith in Lich Queen. She needed that spear. There's the first kill into Valhalla. Vala does go down. That means she is down to 20% bonus attack speed. That's down 5% for 25 in case you suck at math. There is Ronin and the Ragu Muffin. So the bottom fort does go down. There will be periodic catapults coming out. We do go ahead and have Hexblade, Stro, and Jabba moving through. Going to go and take out this middle fort as well. Nice quick clear. A lot of that was helped by the fact that if you remember they moved in and actually knocked down the wall. So there was no real... Oh, Ronin, just go ahead and we'll go and slide to safety. They're infernal offense. They have no off switch. They're gonna come and knock you down and make you their censored. The entire time I was thinking of the appropriate word to say there, and just there wasn't one. Alright, we got Vala going down one more time. That is tragic. A little bit of a miscommunication, I feel. They came in for the gank while Tassar was finishing off the camp, which is not necessarily what they want to have happen. A little bit of a push coming in. It does look like they're knocking on the door up here. Gonna try and take out this top locale. Try and go in and take out this top location. Get it nice and knocked down. Now they're going to go ahead and float this. They're going to act like they're going. Stro does go and get rooted. There's a big ice wall though. Skev is a little bit on an island, but this is 4 versus 4. However, Anduin gets top. Anduin cannot get out. And dead. Varian, you just let your son die. Yeah, Ronan keeps going out. I mean, I guess Ronan is the offlaner. I keep thinking he's the tank, but Varian's the tank.
What the Stormpike Guard can do.
Just going to come down here and clean this out and get ready for more Ram Riders to come charging forth. Ragu Muffin goes in. I love calling him Ragu Muffin. I don't know if it's disrespectful. I hope it isn't. It just makes me really happy to say. There's the ice wall. Varian gets stopped, but Ronan is in the battlefield. We do have level 10s online, and ETC did take for Mosh, so has the possibility to come in here and get a lot done. However, we already have... There's a Mosh. Mosh catches 2 people. No real interruption coming in. Going ahead and getting people, but no one's actually down just yet. There's a big old lick. The mecha is going to go down because cannot retreat whenever there's a Dahaka tongue stuck to your mainframe. I mean, for me, it's a joke on Ragamuffin. It does look like they have made the decision to go ahead and push through bottom lane. They're like, this is what. Now here's the thing: on this map, you kind of want to take out 2 keeps before you go into for core. The core does heal, and when all 3 keeps are up, it takes 100% less damage. When 2 keeps are up, it takes 40% less, and when 1 keep is up, it takes 20% less. Man, Lich Queen is doing work with that. Oh my god, I can't say this, but I want to say it anyway. Lich Queen is like, what you know about that tongue? Oh my goodness. Doing an Arthas proud, I tell you what. There's Ronan coming in. Ronan might be... Yeah, Ronan goes in and turns right back around and says, this might not be the bestest idea. Alright, it does look like bosses are being traded. And here's the thing, actually, this is a much, much better decision from the side of Dreambeam. Dreambeam's going to take top boss, and they're going to take bottom boss. But the thing is, bottom boss doesn't actually threaten anything. Like, the bottom boss by itself will not take core. I think the core cleans... Now, if they go with it, they'll require token defense. But that means top boss is going to be free to actually get value. Because when it knocks stuff down, it knocks stuff down. They definitely need to come back and defend it with all 5 people coming in. But they're actually going to get a lot of value from this. The mid lane does have the mercenary camp pushing in. Top lane has the boss pushing in. And if they're here, they're not actually defending either of them. And yes, blue has the light. If you look at the top of the screen, there's a little sword next to their levels. There is a kill onto Mei for the 4th kill of the game on the side. We do go in now. Oh, Teslar's beam was interrupted, and we do go in and have ETC go down. Varian does go down as well. The boss is down. Drakthor is down to about 30% health. Now, it looks like where this may stall out, they actually lost middle and top fort. And the lanes are just pushing. Lich Queen goes in and gets her tongue onto Resto Joe, but a quick pullout from Anduin. And here's the reason why this is bad. Because Drakthor's not being attacked, and he's just healing up and healing up and healing up. Absorbing the energy of the universe. Make it like it never even happened. It does look like the walls mostly stayed up. But they did go ahead and just give up 2 forts for that for free. They have level 17, their opponents have level 15. Here's the swords. It's right there. 4 kills for the red team, 11 kills for the blue team. Then right above that, the structure number. So blue team has 4 structures remaining. Each of their 3 keeps here in the middle. And then they do have this bottom fort still up. It is the only fort in the game, or the only base in the game that heals itself. Alright, you go in and have a pull in, but there is, oh, nice light bomb comes out. Light bomb goes ahead and lands onto Lich Queen. Lich Queen gonna have, no, the Ancestral's slightly too late, but there's a kill. Cassie goes ahead and actually it's Mei that secures the kill. Off the computer cat. Nice 2 for 2 so far, but that's exactly what you need if you're the orange team, because since you are down levels, you're actually getting a lot more experience than your opponents are for these kills. So if you can actually kill evenly, that's way, way better. I'm going to come back here and go and clean this up. That does go ahead and trigger a push in from the blue team. Infernal Affairs going to walk in, try and go ahead and get this trade. Stro is starting, and there is the channel. They are trying to break out their captured raiders. Oh, they do go ahead and actually get that kill into Anduin. That's a problem. So yep, here is a few guys coming in to attack the core. But again, unless this little group can completely kill the core, spoiler alert, it can't, then this is going to do a whole bunch of nothing. Looks like they're not interested in trying to contest without their Anduin. They're just moving. They're almost level 20, but not quite. And there is the finished channel. So these poor guys, they get rescued. It's like, okay, good. Congratulations, you have been rescued. Now mount up, you're charging. And the guy's like, dude, I haven't eaten in weeks. What the heck? But you know what? War is no time to worry about little things like that. Charge up, my friend. There is the second keep of the game going down for the side of Dream Beam. That does mean that the core is down to 20% shielding. Oh, but a lot of damage on the Lich Queen. Lich Queen got a little bit isolated, is surrounded, but actually gets out? Lich Queen, you beast? How? That feels illegal. That feels criminal. That feels like we needed an investigation. That feels like Dateline NPC should be involved. Tonight, we investigate how the dinosaurs would extinct when they're freaking unkillable. A lot of damage going in here. They are pushing in here. The core is falling very, very, very quickly. They do go ahead and have the guys, and there are 2 people down from Dream Beam. There is these nice. We do have a kill as the dance party goes on, but Ronan does get taken down. Stro goes and cleans that up from the sideline. There is Stro moving in, and there goes Drekthar. Everybody knows that the base is the place. So, looking at game number 1, looking in terms of that lovely hero damage, we do have Hexblades leading the way, 59,000 damage. Jabba Saluta does come out with 51,000, and then Resto Joe does come out with 42. In terms of that ever-important healing, we do have Ragu healing for 53,000 damage over the course of a 16-minute game. And then in terms of experience, Ronan does do the offlane thing very well. Does get 13,000 experience. Gobbled up. No. In terms of talents, we got those. Looking at the talents real quick, let's see, we did have, like I said, a lot of health coming out of tissue regeneration. There's, Hero Stalker. Usually you see people go for getting more out of minions than heroes, but Lich Queen just knew she'd be getting a lot of kills. You go and have Feeding Frenzy in order to be able to drag more off it. We definitely saw Lich Queen getting a lot done with her tongue. Does get Isolation, Primal Rage. Longer tongue, but maybe specifically to try and deal with Ronan, and with the longer tongue you can actually stop the mosh. And then Contagiation. I don't know about offlane ETC, so I can't really talk about that intelligently. But we will be right back for game number 2. Don't go anywhere, and I will see you. No idea what you're talking about, Brockus.
To feel a sting and shank, 'cause I'm coming for your tank. clouds gather round the memory gold pure. In grand barren ground you'll make a stand. A life in your hands. When the betrayed come to rip out your secret reputation, no zeros can keep it locked away. Seven clouds burst today. The cost of survival is losing your edge. Lost in revival, but back from the dead. The past and the future will clash and collide, and chance will renew for the spy. Who survived? You survived. And though they tear down the sky, through it all you survive. Today is no day to die. Through it all you survive. And when you sink deep, breathing in ice, you feel the big sleep, the call of the night, but it's not time. So wake up and climb, yeah. The cost of survival is losing your edge. Lost in revival, but back from the dead. The past and the future, they clash and collide, and chance will renew for the spy. Who survived? You survived. I've been shoved in a corner. I've been kicked in the teeth. Pushed out to the lowest depths, and now I'm coming up from beneath. 'Cause I ain't got time to hold my hurt in such regard. I just kick life back in its face, yet twice as hard. Pound, pound, hammers in my head. I feel fury rise. Pound, pound, violence in my blood will not be dehumanized. Forget every failure.
Welcome to Dragon Shire, everyone. This is game number 2. Infernal Affairs trying to clean this out with a domination and get 3, count them, 3 points in the standings. But Dream Beam, of course, not very apt to let them want to do that. Oh, okay, Brockus. Man, that was a reference I made like 10 minutes ago. Like, I know, if you had said Chris Hansen, I would have got it. When you're just like, what about the dude that does the surprise interview? I'm like, wait, what? Are you implying that Bug will do an interview? Well, I gotta tell you right now, he won't. He'll just ask for food. We do have to go ahead and have the Stukov banned out one more time. May? Banned out by Infernal Affairs? Infernal Affairs? That's your hero? It's always amusing to me whenever we actually have a hero banned out by the team that drafted them the, game before. We have a Brightwing ban. That's what happened last time. Last time Dream Beam took out Brightwing and Stukov. The Stukiest. The stinkiest Stukiest. And yes, we do go ahead and have a Brightwing. Brightwing!
Crusade calls.
So go ahead and have the JoJo being picked up. May banned out, so we'll go ahead and take JoJo. Going on a bizarre adventure right now. Hey, I got that reference.
I stand.
So Lich Queen back with the little tongue action, and then Jabba going to pick up the Vala, not going to give it over to the side of, I believe that was Joe that had that. Or was it Slug? I don't remember. It was not Ronan. And it was, I think Quinn had the Anduin. So we do go and have our third and fourth pick. Oh, interesting, taking both of their damage going in. They are going to be going in with Raynor and Orphea as their damage dealers. Now here's the thing, those are both, Orphea's a bit of a short range mage, and Raynor is a range, he's a dude with a rifle, that's basically his entire character concept, he's a dude with a rifle. But the reason I bring this up is that it rally means that we're going to end up in a situation where relatively weak, you can invade into that, and neither of them can really stand up, but they also don't have a lot of penetration power. It's kind of a weird where if Johanna can keep them off of Raynor and Orphea, they're very, very good, but if you can run past them, then they have to fall back very, very quickly, and they don't really have the poke range to keep that far away, so that may be a bit of a problem. Anduin is the ban coming from Infernal Affairs. Are we gonna have a big old freaking, healer off? No, Blaze is the ban out. Not going to let Blaze be picked up. You don't get Cold Lady, you don't get Hot Boy. You're going to have a mild temperature tank.
The wait is over.
Lightning Lady does come out once again, and then Ragu the Ragu. And that's what we're going with. So, Rhaegar, that essential I don't feel like got as much value as it could have. But maybe I just never saw it. Oh, interesting. Well, Malfurion coming in. That could definitely zone quite a bit with his Entangling Roots. Definitely a thing to look out for. Really, really, really something that Cassia does not want to play with. Because Cassia loses all her armor when she can't move, and Entangling Roots keeps you in place for a very long time. And Ronan will be taking Gazlowe into the offlane with Lich Queen. Goblin Ingenuity against Ancient Evolution. And there is Varian one more time. So here we go into the game. I will get the prediction up for you one more time as well. Put your money where your mouth is. Put your points where they count. And I will see you after the game. I'll talk to you the whole time. Don't be sad. Don't be scared. All right, coming into game number 2 here on the side. You know what? Actually, you know what? We're going to start off on the side of Dream Beam. We have Ronan coming out playing the Gazlo, the Gaz Lord. The Raven Lord's daughter, Orphea, is going to be played by Quinal. We do go and have... why do you keep moving? I can't read! Skray is going to be on the Johanna. Sluggadin is going to be on the Rainer. And then Restore Joe is going to be playing Malfurion. They are Dream Beam. They are the bureaucracy of...
5, 4, 3,
bombasticness. We'll go with that.
1.
Meanwhile, on the
Fight
left
well,
side of the battlefield, we're going to have Ragu is playing the, I think... Okay, Ragu is on the Rhaegar. They were all on top of each other. Stroke's going to be on Varian. Jabba is going to be on the Cassia. We do go and have Hexblades riding around on the Vala. And we do go and get Lich Queen once again on the big, beautiful pink dinosaur. Not Barney. Way more dangerous than Barney. I love you, you love me, you are scrumptious as can be. Or if you want me to sing it full out. I love you, you love me, you're as scrumptious as can be. Congratulations, you got that free of charge. You go in and have a little bit of a fight, the 4-man rotating back and forth. We do go in and get the Thunderstroke one more time. Vala does go with Puncturing Arrow, not going for the Gambit quest this time. Going to go ahead and get, kind of like the Cassie quest, slow damage going over time.
Knight's power. Take control of the shrine. Hero slain.
There is a nice double kill on the side of Dream Beam. I saw a lot of Gambas coming in favor of Infernal Affairs. That is not the result you want. We do go and have an invasion happening right here. And here's the thing, if they can keep pressure on this invasion, they can actually move down and get this, because these guys will post up right here and start shelling. Looks like they're not going to try and protect them.
Inherit the dragon.
They want the experience, they want the lane pressure, they don't necessarily want to get all the damage. And I didn't realize Ragu was a girl, that's awesome. I'm very, very biased for girls and hots for some reason. Double soaking coming out from both sides, Lich Queen moving down. We do have Ronan coming back up top. We're going to go and try and capture this point. Baron Marspit is coming out of the James Raynor. Emerald Dreams, we are going to get the Sleepy Roots Talents coming from the side of Malfurion. Man, nice collapse. I was not looking the completely wrong place when that happened. Oh, it's because Lich Queen showed up. Lich Queen did come down. They went ahead and got themselves a kill. It's 1 kills 2-2, still in favor of the side of Dream Beam. And once again, with Lich Queen coming down here, even though, yes, they got that kill, they are losing a little bit of soak. Because you can't have all 5 of your heroes in the same lane and expect to keep up. Nom, 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 nom. Look at all this experience that is just evaporating. Here's the thing, the small orbs are all worth 25% of what they were. So even though she gets those, she did end up missing quite a bit. A little damage coming in here. Skev trying to go in and keep up with this. There's Stroke going back and forth. We did have Taunt, I assume. Yes, Taunt is the Variance 10. Hello, give me more. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Although, shouldn't you be starting your stream right now? What the heck?
Hero slain.
Oh, that's... Here I'm talking to give me more as people are dying. Yeah, that's the thing. 'Cause what happens is Dahaka, for those of you that don't know, is able to burrow. Right now, that burrow is on a 60-second cooldown. But so Dahaka just kind of comes up in the middle of a team fight and makes it a 5 versus 4 out of nowhere. So every time she comes down, we just get a couple of kills no matter what. All right, we do have the bottom camp, or the bottom moon altar picked up on the side of Dream Beam. Gazlo going ahead and trying to get this experience. Both teams about halfway through level 8 at the moment. No strong advantage anywhere. Although it's got to be weighing on the back of the mind of Dream Team. Dream Beam, I keep saying team. That Dahaka can burrow down at any point. I'm really gonna just look. Yep, there she
Hero
comes.
slain.
I had a feeling. Now, one thing I have a question for all of you, like Blizzard scholars. How is it possible that Dahaka can burrow faster than Falstad can fly? Like, yeah, I feel like tunneling should take like longer than flying. But Falstad has to physically fly across, and Dahaka just shows up somewhere else. A lot of damage coming out onto Sluggaden. Sluggaden does go in and actually survive this for the time being. They do not have Dahaka just yet, and a lot of damage coming in. Dahaka moves into the middle, tries to become a Dragon Knight, tries to evolve from Dinosaur to Dragon, but not going to be allowed. Alright, a lot of damage coming in. There is the engage. We do go and have them. Do you wanna? That's the big problem. Is that I feel like Dream Beam. Dream Beam's draft is like Raider, who is a nice sustained damage poke hero, Orphea that can do some blow up, but is not really a dive hero, and then Johanna that has a relatively weak engage. So it sort of feels like they don't really have what they need in order to move through this. But there's Stro right in the middle, is being picked upon. There's the Valkyrie comes out, goes in and picks down a lot of people. Rhaegar goes down, Protect comes in. Will Stro survive? Will Stro survive? There's a Silence coming back. Cassian not gonna be alive. Oh my gosh, somebody get him! He had 15 health, I swear to George! This is going to be a 3 for none. Just about leveling out the game. We actually have level 12 accomplished by the side of Dream Beam. A little bit faster than their opponents. They're going to be able to go in here, but Lich Queen has burrowed back in. We're going to try and hold this. However, here's a lot of damage coming through. Big old stun. And Lich Queen going to go ahead and go extinct. Yep. Thank you for not making a liar of me. Oh my gosh, Quinal? Quinal down with 30 health. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and not show. Here I go. Going to hark back home.
I tried to save this realm. Now it
Did you have their healer as a big old dragon? Malfurion? Let me go ahead and just start chunking this. The Dragon Knight does do 152 damage per hit. Wait, I'm on Dahaka. Does do 504 damage per hit to the structure. Way better than 150. I was like, how does this make sense? What? There's the Hyperion strafing over the battlefield, just going ahead and lighting them up with a blast from its cannon.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
First fort of the game does go down to the Dragon Knight up top, but they are trying to move on this one. Dragon Knight does have about 15 seconds left and a lot of his health bar. We're going to try and move into a damage this can. Should not have enough time to actually clear it out. Yeah, he's gonna have to back off. Does realize they only have about 1 second left. Oh, but nice. There's a lot of damage on the Stro. Stro is completely in the wrong end of everywhere. Here's Ronan coming around saying, no, dismount. We want to kill you. We want to kill you until you die. Very, very, very disjointed attack. Yeah, and this is the offlaner curse where Ronan's like, okay, well, he ran away, guess I'll take a camp, and the receivers like, we're still fighting! Couldn't be me, couldn't be personal experience, I've definitely never heard that. Actually had a game last night, it was a Storm League, where I thought we cleaned them up and went to go start, you know, clearing the camp in mid, and they're like, oh, we haven't taken the seed yet. I'm like, wait, you haven't? What? I'm not kind of rude to them. I'm like, why not? In my defense, 3 of them were dead. Like, come on. Interesting. Blessed Hammer coming out of the Joe. I almost never see this talent. Raises her AoE damage by a bit, but that's not really why you run Joe. So I'm a little bit confused.
My beloved is gone, but his power remains. Control the shrines and make use of it.
Alright. You're gonna have the shrines coming back up in just a second, but there's a big 5-man push down below. They've taken the top fort. They actually got a mercenary camp pushing through top fort with nobody there to stop it.
Always be a dragon knight.
Blitzkrieg is going back, but that's the thing. They've got them in a nice vice grip because with Blitzkrieg going back, it is now 5 versus 4 down here. I don't necessarily disagree though, because they don't like that would take keep if they left it like no one dealing with it. I'm a bit surprised they're being this aggressive though, because Gaslow is still in the area. Big ol' gravel bomb pulls everyone in. Vala goes down. There's a big sleep coming down. Ragu has no health. Does go ahead and self ancestral. Best ancestral. Going to try and go ahead and get this taken care of. Stro's a little bit on the island. Does go ahead and protect, by the way. But there is 5 versus 3 as they go ahead and march forward. There is the Valkyrie coming out. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see the bouncy balls of Doom. Speaking of Doom, we do have Stro going down to 25% health and a lot of damage coming in. It looks like the second fort of the game is just about to go down. Level 16's all currently. I haven't even talked about ultimates yet because I'm bad. We do have Shield Wall, Isolation, Rain of Vengeance, Ancestral Healing, and Valkyrie. I was like, what? War Traveler? What? On the other side, we do go and have Gravel Bomb, Blessed Shield, Tranquility, Hyperion, and Crushing Jaws. And Ronan goes down. Down, Ronan Rangers. Big ol' taunt. That's the thing, this variant taunt is like, if you're an Orphea and you're even a little bit forward, you just kind of pop. Because Orphea is tiny, like high schooler body. Is not able to stand up. So she's not Tychus. Tychus even in power armor most of the time.
The Dragon Knight shall reduce you to cinders.
There's the Dragon Knight. Dahaka did upgrade from Dinosaur to Dragon. Knight comes forward, gonna breathe fire on this wall.
That beast is not my
Big taunt comes out, Sans comes out. We do go in now. Oh, the Valkyrie pulls Gaslow into danger, and no getting out of that one. Great Valkyrie. That was definitely I don't know about play of the game, but play of that fight. The Valkyrie got away clean, and it looked really, really bad. But this could be the opening that Infernal Affairs needs. They're going to march forward. They do have 2 of their opponents down, and definitely all of the initiative, all of the advantage. Little bit of pressure on their own Bridge of Death on the other side, but you know what? They're definitely going to win this race if it turns into a race. Here's once again the taunt onto the Orphea, and once again, Orphea, like, and this is not the Orphea's fault. Orphea, like I said, is a kind of a close range mage. She has to get close to do anything. But the variant just kind of hard counters her, because if she gets anywhere kind of close to him, he just runs forward. It's like, okay, don't move for a second. The rest of the team just pops her like a pimple. There's the taunt coming down, and Gazlo gets the Orphea treatment. Down to 50% core health. We are running in right now with Infernal Affairs about to run away with the Infernal again. And there we go, dominating the series. We have Infernal Affairs winning Dragonshire and getting 3 points for this domination as my mouse goes crazy. So let me see if I can get an interview right quick. While we wait to find out if anyone's going to be joining me, we'll go ahead and talk about the stats right quickly. We do go and have Orphea, despite being the fact that they were being very, very mean to Orphea. But we do go ahead and have Orphea leading the way in damage, doing 57,000 damage over the course of a 15-minute game. Vala comes in right behind with 56,000, and then Raynor with 55, and then Cassie with 55. I usually don't say the fourth place person, but really? Like, come on! Oh, sorry, Jabba. You did, about 40 damage too little to be mentioned. That would be rude. Looking at the healing, we do have Ragu coming out with 66,000. Lich Queen does lead the I'm actually surprised she kept going down for kills, but she still ends up winning in terms of soak with 19,000 experience soak compared to 16,000 from Ronan. Some of that probably is participating in a lot more kills, but only some. Like, a lot of that's just really good play from Lich Queen. Looking at our talents. Tissue Regeneration, Hero Stalker. So this looks like her standard build. Because these are just about, these are all the exact same talents being picked up. Gazlo does go for Rocket Boots, Hyperfocus Coil, and then Overload. Superior Schematics, and then finally Arc Reactor. And I have not heard from the teams yet, so I'm guessing that means we're not going to have an interview, unfortunately. So let me go ahead and see who we can raid. I think. Oh, there we go. I was like, where are they?
Yeah, I just saw your message.
I was legit like, I guess they're not coming, which surprised me.
I got up and ran away real quick and came back. My bad.
I would never give up on you, my friend.
Okay, first question. What were you running away from? What are you scared of?
I had to go give a small child a kiss goodnight.
Okay, so Stroke, afraid of small children, confirmed.
Not afraid, I just love the kid.
I don't know. All I know is I asked, what are you afraid of? And you talked about a small child. Like, draw your own conclusions.
They can be pretty scary.
True.
But first of all, very, very much congratulations. First question I have is for Stro. Do you feel bad about what you did to poor Orphea?
No. I said at the beginning of that game, we kill Orphea, we win. Because there's no way Raynor's going to kill anybody once Orphea's dead. So we killed Orphea and we won. So
it is unfortunate because I don't play a lot of Orphea, but I do kind of feel like Varian's taunt Varian's kind of a hard counter because you can't do much of Orphea without getting kind of close, and Varian's just like, oh hey, you're close.
Yeah, I mean she wants to be slippery and mobile and dash around and do her whole thing. And Varian was a really nice last pick because he shuts down the Orphea, but he also shuts down Joe. Once I'm 13, Joe can't press D anymore. So it's like both they're good pick. I mean, they're great picks, but they got nullified by Varian, in my opinion.
Yeah, Shield Breaker's really nice.
So going back to Alterac Pass, first of all, a very, very, very well-controlled series. You did mention that you were expecting them to pick it. Is that just a result of scouting, or did you have a special strategy plan for that game?
Yeah, Ragu did some good scouting earlier today, and she was like, yeah, they like Alterac, and they like Azmodan. So it's like, okay, let's not let them have Azmodan. And if they want Alterac, then I expected them to pick it. We did a lot of drafting on them, and I kind of, game one went exactly how I expected it to go. pretty much in the draft, and it was kind of a let's take these away because we don't want to deal with them, and let's let them have these because we know how to beat it, and that's what happened. So.
Well, it definitely worked out extremely well. I do have one question, a call that I was a bit surprised that you guys made. There was a point where you guys took bottom boss while they took top boss, even though bottom boss was going down an undefended lane and would be difficult with 2 forts still up to actually secure the core, whereas top boss got a lot of value while you guys were fighting over that. Can you kind of walk me through what made you make that? Because as you were doing it, I'm like, this feels like an odd call.
Well, we were getting mega tongues that game, and I was hoping they would come defend that boss. We get 2 picks right there, we win the game. We just didn't get the picks. I mean, it is what it is. It was okay, we pressure core and have a chance to win, and if we lose, at most, we lose a top fort. If we win the game. So it's like, I'll trade a top fort for the opportunity to win the game. I mean, we didn't win, but we won soon after, so it's fine.
Absolutely. Although I do have to say, actually, you lost both top and mid fort.
Well, we didn't lose mid fort to that boss, so.
That's true. You lost it to the mercenary camp that was walking down mid lane.
Yeah.
And obviously, all part of the plan.
Of course.
Yeah. The only building that matters is the core.
That is. Yep, and it's a very, very mobile building on that map.
Yeah, you can run away.
So, moving on to game number 2. Game number 2, definitely. We already kind of talked about the brain. I'm not going to rehash that one. I will say, it definitely felt a little. It was a bit surprising to me that you banned out the Mei going in. Is there, because that was obviously that's a result of scouting, but it is a bit surprising that you took Mei in game 1 and it was your first ban game 2.
Yeah, we took first pick on purpose so I could get the Mei because I knew they wanted it, and they probably know I want it. So it's like, okay, it's basically a game of chicken. If you don't ban it, I'm going to take it. So we first picked it, but then game 2 they had first pick, so it's like I'm not playing against it, and I know I can beat Joe, and I knew they would take Joe, so they took it. They played it. They did exactly what I wanted them to do in game 2 as well.
Makes sense. Lich Queen, I do have to ask, because both games, I'm very, very, very surprised. Almost every Dahaka I ever cast takes the race car talent at 1. What's the reason you always kind of take the pseudo tanking one?
Because I mean, I don't even have a reason. I just want to be like more healthy. I don't know.
Alright, so I'll make up my reason. Lich Queen doesn't trust her tank and wants to be a secondary tank just in case.
No, I don't know why I don't trust myself. Like in the offlane, I'm like, I need to be like very self-sufficient when it comes like to health, and like I know I like to get very low and super aggressive, so I'm like, oh well, if I get in trouble, I can press my D and like do a freaking full regen almost. I guess
it does make sense. I'm just being a brat.
I mean, to be fair, the offlaner's job really is to not die and be there. So I understand that pick. That's why she went for it, I'm sure.
No, I
usually like it.
That's my reason then.
It does make sense. It's just not the one I usually see taken. So the fact that it was for both games, I was like, oh, that's just kind of interesting.
Yeah, comfort.
And then the last question. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick. So, I mean, we had plenty of offense, and it's in my opinion, like that talent that gives you an extra health bar. Essentially, it's like if you take that, which you didn't take at Action, I don't think, but if you have those two together, you have 3 health bars, and Orphea is gonna have a hell of a time getting through 3 health bars. You know, she'll hopefully it's just the war of attrition. You'll just outlast them because they didn't really have enough to kill 3 health bars worth of Dahaka. So, you know, race car's cool, but we're kind of fighting around taunt, not race car. So
I mean, I think race car is really dependent on the map as well. So I mean that's, and also depending who you're facing in the offlane.
That's very true. Last question is I always ask this. Can you tell me where the name Infernal Affairs comes from?
Yeah, so when we decided to form this team, we wanted to be on a team that was a little more serious and a little more business-like. And
well, I mean that's half true. When we first started, it was really silly.
Well, okay, the idea of the team was to be more businesslike and more serious, and then we had a silly name, and then we opted out of the silly name because we wanted to have a name that was a little more, I don't know, it suited the idea. And then it was like Infernal Affairs is kind of a play off of, you know, Internal Affairs, which is a businessy sounding term, right? And then it just kind of grew from there. But yeah, we just wanted to be in a team that wanted to take things and just kind of treat it more like a business, you know.
All right.
We even have HR.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, wow, that's slightly intimidating. I apologize if I said anything that will get me contacted by them later.
Well, she's in the channel, so.
But with that, those are all the questions I had. Let me go and turn it over to you for any shout outs you might want to give.
All you, Goo.
I would love to thank, of course, Dreambeam. Fantastic games. You folks were really scary going in. That's why we scouted you. I would like to thank Raka. Thank you so much for casting us. I would like to thank, you know, everybody in the NGS world. A lot of volunteers. This scene couldn't happen without you folks and your volunteerism, all the hours you dedicate and attention you give. Thanks so much, Stro, for captaining us and always keeping us on our toes, pushing us to be better. Thank you also, Ripper, our coach, for continuing to support us over several seasons. And yeah, thanks to all the viewers out there for giving us support, and all of my fans, because we have a lot of people in the East Coast of Canada wearing the Infernal Affairs jerseys. So thank y'all.
Fantastic. Anyone else want to say something?
Can I say a shout out?
Of course.
Shout out to my boyfriend next to me that is not paying attention at all. I love him.
I'll say shout out to the team. You know, we've had a really strange season, and it's nice that we can come together after not playing since last Wednesday and get a domination. So thank you guys. Felt good.
Heck yes.
All right. With that, I will leave you to enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
All right. Thank you so much, Rocco.
Oh, my pleasure.
That really shortens the list.
Oh, absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And with that, we will go ahead and be raiding over to Give Me More Cosplay. She is currently casting. I should know this going in. But I'm going to find out if she's casting. In the meantime, I actually am back live in about 35 minutes. So don't leave for too long, but for the time being, go over there and I went to the wrong place because I'm smart. Give Me More will be casting Bork Side of the Moon versus Anarchy. Let's go say hi to her.